Taehyung put down his tablet on the table as soon as he entered his room. You smiled at him and bowed before started cleaning the windows of his room. Taehyung's smirk stayed on his lip as he leaned back on the couch, watching you from a distance as you stood near the window, completely unaware of his knowing gaze burning into your back. You were quietly arranging the flowers in a vase after clearing the windows, lost in thoughts of the dangerous mission that had brought you into the devil's den, only to now find yourself falling for the devil himself. He watched you for a moment longer before standing up slowly and approaching you, his steps silent like a predator stalking his prey. Beautiful day, isn't it? The young's deep voice broke the silence, making you jump slightly as you turned to him, forcing a smile. Yes, master. You avoided his eyes, scared that if you looked too long, he would read every secret from your soul. Master, he tilted his head, pretending to be hurt. I thought we were closer than that by now. Your heart skipped a beat as he moved even closer, his scent invading your senses, making it harder to think straight. Master, you stammered. A dark chuckle escaped his lips as he leaned in, brushing a strand of hair from your face, fingers lingering longer than necessary. Relax, sweetheart. I don't bite, he whispered, then added with a smirk. Unless asked nicely. You laughed nervously, trying to focus. Why is he acting so sweet now? You thought, confused. Why are you being like this today? You whispered before you could stop yourself. The young's gaze softened for a fleeting second, but his smirk quickly returned. Maybe I just like watching you get nervous, he murmured, eyes not leaving yours. Or maybe I like watching people who think they can lie to me. Your breath hitched, but before you could respond, he stepped back, giving you space, and yet his presence still wrapped around you like a cage. Are you done? He asked. You nodded, hesitated. Then leave. What are you waiting for? He asked, glaring at you. You immediately bowed in front of him and grabbed your stuff and left the room, leaving Taeyong smoking. The dim glow of a single overhead lamp cast long shadows across the small, secluded room where Yunjay sat, phone pressed to his ear. The walls were bare, the air thick with the scent of gunpowder and secrecy. Outside, the faint hum of Taehyung's bustling mafia state continued, guards patrolling, weapons being loaded, deals being made in hushed voices. But inside this room, a far more dangerous game was being played. A deep voice finally crackled through the speaker sharp and Tell me, Yunjay, how is our little assassin doing? Yunjay smirked, leaning back against the chair, eyes flickering to the closed door. She is doing exactly as planned. Gained Taehyung's trust faster than I expected. He is already letting her soar his strings. She'll slip the poison in soon. A low chuckle rumbled through the phone. That's what I like to hear. You see, Yunjay, I knew sending her in was a genius move. No need for gunfights or explosions. Just one sip of poison whiskey and the mighty Kim Tae-young will crumble. Yoonjae's expression remained neutral. He had been feeding Kai inside information on Tae-young for months, leaking security details, weaknesses, habits, everything that would ensure his downfall. And now, with a carefully placed assassin, the plan was nearing its final act. And what about Tae-young? Has he started to trust her completely? He doesn't suspect a thing. He's too caught up in his own world. If anything, I think he's starting to like having her around. He even lets her stay close when he is in meetings and he started behaving sweet with her. That makes it easier. Kai hummed in satisfaction. Good, very good. That means when the time comes, there will be no hesitation, no last minute doubts. She will poison him and Taeyang will fall. Yunjay nodded to himself, knowing this was the moment to push forward. She's ready. She's waiting for your signal. There was a pause on the other end of the line. Then Kai's voice dropped lower, laced with amusement and something far more dangerous. Yes, about that. There's one more thing, Yunjay. Yunjay frowned slightly. What is it? Kai let out a slow exhale, almost as if savoring the words before he spoke them. After she calls Taehyung, I want you to kill her. The room suddenly felt smaller, tighter. Yunji's grip on the phone tightened. What? Kai's voice was cold, emotionless. You heard me? Once she does her job, eliminate her. No loose ends. Yunji's mind worked fast. This wasn't part of the plan. Kai had never mentioned disposing of them before. You were loyally efficient. Why discard them so easily? She did everything you asked. Why kill her? Kai's amused chuckle returned, but this time. This time it was laced with condescension. Yunjie, you are too smart to be asking questions like that. You should know by now. Trust is a fickle thing in this business. She was useful, but I don't take risks. She and Subin to say they won't turn on us next. Yunjin clenched his jaw. It was an excuse, a flimsy one. They won't. They are loyal. Loyalty means nothing when it's convenient. And you? Do I need to remind you where your loyalty lies? The threat was unspoken but clear. Yunjie was not in a position to refuse. Understood. That's what I thought. You will kill her right after she finished the job. Quick, clean, no emotions. And here I'll handle Subin. Yunjie exhaled through his nose, nodding slowly. When the moment Taehyung takes his last breath, Kai's voice turned lighter as if discussing something as trivial as a business deal. And make sure it's not messy, Yunjie. I don't want them to suffer. Just end it. A long silence followed before Yunjie finally spoke. Understood. Kai sighed in satisfaction. Good. That's why I trust you, Yunjie. You are reliable. You don't get sentimental. The call ended. Yunjie lowered the phone, staring at it for a long moment. His reflection in the dark screen looked back at him, unreadable, calculated. He had been prepared to kill the young, but you? He leaned forward, resting his elbow on his knees. The plan had changed, and now he had a choice to make. The grand halls of Kim Tae-young's mansion echoed with the soft clinking of glasses and murmured conversations. You kept your head down as you were gripping the tray of wine glasses carefully, focusing only on your task. The less attention you attracted, the better you had a mission, a deadly one. But Taehyung made it impossible to stay invisible. Ah, my favorite maid. Your footsteps halted instantly at the sound of his. You swallowed, schooling your expression before slowly turning to face him. He lounged lazily against the velvet armchair, one arm trapped over the backrest, the other holding a half-filled glass of whiskey. His dark eyes locked onto you, a small knowing smirk curving his lips. Your heart pounded as it always did whenever he looked at you like that. Do you need anything, Master? His smirk widened slightly at your nervous stutter. Not really, but I can't help but notice something interesting. You tensed. Did he suspect something? You thought. What do you mean? He tilted his head, swirling the whiskey in his glass before taking a slow sip. His gaze never left yours. You avoid me. Your fingers clenched around the tray. I don't. Liar. The word sent a shiver down your spine. Every time I enter a room, you either scurry always a frightened rabbit or act so stiff. You might as well be a statue. He leaned forward slightly, his elbows resting on his knees. Why is that? You force yourself breathe. You couldn't let your nerves show. I respect my boundaries, master. His brow lifted at your answer, amusement flickering in his dark. Boundaries? He let out a deep chuckle. That's cute. You gritted your teeth. I don't see what's funny. He leaned back, stretching out his legs casually. I just think it's fascinating. What is it? You asked, confused, trying hard not to roll your eyes at him. That a simple maid like you would be so tense around me. You swallowed hard. Are you scared of me? Your grip tightened on the tray. No, his smirk widened. Liar, he said it again, and it made your stomach twist uncomfortably. It was like he was challenging you, taunting you. You straightened your back. I just don't want to disturb you. He hummed, studying you like you were the most interesting. Interesting puzzle he had ever seen. Then, out of nowhere, he lifted his hand, beckoning you closer with just a curl of his finger. Your breath caught. What? Come here. Your heartbeat thundered in your chest. Why? His eyes gleamed with something unreadable. Are you really going to disobey your boss? You hesitated. Every fiber of your being screamed at you to run, to get away, but you had to act normal. So hesitantly you took slow steps forward until you were standing right in front of him. His eyes never left yours. Then, before you could react, he reached out and gently tucked a loose strand of hair behind your ear. Your entire body froze. There. He murmured, his fingers lingering against your skin. Much better. Your breath hissed. Thank you. He chuckled again, slow and deep, his gaze flickering down to your lips just for a second before locking onto your eyes again. Why do I feel like you're hiding something from me? Your heart nearly stopped. I'm not. He reached out again, this time grabbing your wrist. Relax. His voice was smooth, teasing. I'm just messing with you. What was he? You didn't know. But as you walked away, your entire body trembling with the intensity of his presence, one terrifying thought settled in your mind. Taehyung was playing a game with you, and the worst part, you didn't know if you were winning or losing.